Do you like brooms? Do you like illusions? Welcome to my Illusion Fusion, my two favorite tribals in the game, in my favorite color combo, and this deck I won with at the Rad Lad game set champ, which I had won with last time with Just in Time. So, I've just conquered the place. This deck is very good. Like, compared to my red blue deck, which is not good, do not play that deck. Unless you're playing against me, then you can play it all you want. This one's actually good though. So, if you're a fan of aggro, I'm your guy. You know this. Or if you're a fan of mid range, like if you want to punch things, you can punch things. Like I give you permission with this deck. So illusions, which most people just assume are not that good. Like we know Iago's good, right? We know the Cobra, but the rest of them, like, are they good enough? We don't know. They're okay. They're not amazing, but when they're paired with Big Jafar, which I did play with the set champ promo because I only own one regular Jafar, so I had to play with the set champ promo. Um, he's very good. He won a lot of games just because if he can quest, you usually win that game. So when Jafar quests, you can draw a card and then discard a card, which is something a lot of cards do in Steel. But if that card you're discarding is an illusion, let's say Iago or a Cobra, you can play it for free. So then it becomes draw one, play a character for free. It's no longer draw one, discard. So good. It's so good. And it's a 4/4 quest for 3. It's like unanswerable by half the meta. And this whole deck is a, just crazy. It's just crazy. There's a lot of meta calls here, and it depends on where you live. So if you want to hit me up for different, meta answers, or like you might not need it, calls me if there's not a lot of red blue nearby. But yeah, there's so many alterations to this. I'm gonna talk about it. It's a bit of a budget deck. You can see it's only I don't like have to burp. It's like $90, and there's only 7 uninkables, so it's just very easy to learn and very flexible. So let's get into it. So the Scarab, which I didn't have initially, I was like, Scarab's not that good. Returning set from the discard, it's okay, but like illusions aren't worth it, right? I was crazy. This card is nuts. It's basically, I mean, it's like if you had an item that just said pay two to draw a card of your choice, it's probably pretty good, right? Because most of the time we want illusions, especially the Cobra. The Cobra is just insane. It creates Cobra Loop, which is just at the start of your turn, if you have a Scarab out, you could pay two, return the Cobra, play the Cobra, discard the card you drew for turn. You can do it every turn, and you gain two lore instantly, as long as you have a Cobra in the discard, which usually, if they're not answering the Cobra, it's just going to quest. If they do, you can do it again. So that's Cobra Loop, and that's how you win a lot of games against like Red Blue and Ruby Amethyst, where you get to a certain amount of lore, like 16, 18, you play a Scarab, and you just shake their hand, because there's not much you can do about it. Um, and then, like I said with Jafar, questing, playing characters for free, beats up on all the other mid-range decks. You just go wide so fast and quest out near instantly. You have to trade into them. There's not a lot of characters that don't die to Jafar, and there's not a lot of ways for them to remove Jafar without like steal, big removal, or Sisu coil. It's it's just not easy, and that's why I love this Jafar. So let's go play line number one. Let's talk about the brooms real quick. We all know and love the broom, so we play this one drop broom is usually our ideal one drop. We can play Mickey and we can play the guard, but broom is just the best. So then if we do have broom and we have Yen Sid, we can play Yen Sid on two. Yen Sid will draw a card if there's a broom in play. And then that next turn, after we play the Yen Sid, if we play another broom, it can be a one drop or the two drop, then Yen Sid will start to quest for three every turn and become a pseudo piglet, which is actually I think better than piglet because it's a 1/3 not a 2/2. And this just goes so fast, especially if you have multiple Yen Sids. Like let's say turn one broom, turn two Yen Sid, turn three one drop broom, and another Yen Sid. Then you're gonna get out of there real fast. I mean that's faster than a lot of aggro decks right now. The brooms just have the potential to win super early. You can also just go with Smee. So there's only two Smee in the deck. You can replace Raja with Smee. It's just I was going with a different line. I'll talk about later. Um, but just go fast. If you just play characters, you'll probably get to a decent lore total. And you can do an early Cobra. I like early Cobra because it has to be answered. And if they don't answer it, like let's say it's an aggro deck or it's a deck that doesn't have actions that can target the Cobra, then you just have a 4/4 on turn 3 that can help control the board. It's like if you've ever played Sapphire Steel or any aggro deck with Bell Popsicle, or like the Ruby Sapphire 1K deck. Like you play the Bell early to control the board and keep your other characters safe. So a Cobra here will protect your Yan Sid or protect your Smee, stuff like that. Um, and then if you do the Broom line, you can go to Mickey. It's optional. I don't. Mickey's probably the most cuttable thing in this deck, but it's really nice when you get to ping stuff. There's a lot of decks where pinging 1 or 2 is actually really useful. And then we can also just play Genie. There's only 2 Genie in the deck. You can play illusions and stuff. I just figured there's no like preferred line with the illusions. They're just there. But Genie's also great, just to keep going fast. Alright, so if you are on the draw, or if you know you need to challenge, this is often in Steel Song, we want to see this resist Mickey almost every time. Broom's fine, but Mickey will survive. Let the Storm Rage on. Low tier strength will survive a lot of trades against 1-drops like Turnbox Followers. And then we can go into the Broom. It again just high health. It can deal with Diablo. It can deal with other evasives, especially with the Crab. So then we can take out Maui Shark. We take out Genie, Elsa, whatever. Pretty much every evasive in the game, or at least in the meta, Crab Broom can take care of. And then on the opposite end, especially against very aggro decks, you can play Raja on 2, who's a 3/3, and yet again, most decks don't have targeted removal, so Raja tends to live. And you can play this Magic Carpet that gives all of your illusions Challenger 1, so we can use Raja to take out those pesky daisies who usually they'd think you're not going to be able to take it out. You can only do 3, suddenly you do 4. This also works with Crab, it's the same thing, it's just a little more permanent. And then we get Bruno. Bruno is amazing at aggro decks. You just stop their questing for a turn. Bruno just gets to pick a target to challenge with, and he sets up for Bell, which I will probably mention again. But just know that 3/4 is very good, especially if you have a Bell in hand. You're like, oh, let's target that Smee. Next turn, he challenges Smee. You can move that 3 damage that Bruno would have onto another character. So Bell synergy and just stopping your opponent from taking away the game. Here is the win cons, which is kind of the only reason you're here. So the cards we want in aggro, we just want high strength. That's kind of what this whole list is. It's Cobra, they just don't have an answer for it. Crab allows you to take out stuff early. Well, Bruno allows you to stop their questing and take out targets, and Raja's just big. Like Smee works too. Just Smee ends to lose his willpower eventually. And then in Amber Steel, like I mentioned before, we want the resist early. We want Bruno to stop their singers. I did have a game where my opponent had a Naveen, and I had nothing on board, and they quested with the Naveen just because they thought it was safe, and I had played a Bruno, and they were going to sing with that Naveen next turn. They were going to sing A Whole New World. I'd played Bruno, stopped them from singing, and then killed the Naveen, and like that just ended their entire plan because they weren't expecting this card, which I talked about on the Illumineers podcast last night. I'm gonna link that because I do talk about this deck there too. And then we have Crab. Crab's so good at allowing Mickey to take out daisies, take out Piglet, take out Ariel, whatever it is you need to take out with your 1-drops. Crab is just so good at that. And like I said before, Bell, moving damage. Almost everything in Steel Song has 3 health. There's not a ton of um, a ton of different willpower amounts. Like Lawrence has 4, and then sometimes they run bodyguards or a shift that has more, but most of the time they have 3 or less. So Bell's very good. Ruby Sapphire. Now this is kind of what I was aiming for to beat when I played this. Although I learned that it's not as easy as I thought. It's still a good matchup though. Jafar, like I said before, hard to counter by Ruby decks unless they have a coil or some way to get around his strength, and maybe even like a Tremaine. Iago's the same way. Like they don't really have a way to interact, and Iago can take out Sisus and live, which is so fun. I love it when I have a bunch of low strength characters, and they really want to Sisu, and I play the Iago so that if they shift, that I get to trade into their their Sisu. It just feels great. It feels so good. And you can bring this back with Scarab for infinite Iago loop. And then also Smee. Smee's so good against red blue because yet again the strength thing, and a lot of them are dropping super goof if they're playing DKP. So Smee pretty much just gets 2 to 6 lore every game, which is very good. And then we'll go to Emerald Steel. Emerald Steel is not a great matchup. It's not bad, but like it can be kind of rough. So we want the Scarab. If you can play the Scarab right before you think your hand is going to be empty, that's usually when I go for it. As long as you have things in your discard. Otherwise, just get rid of it. If you don't have illusions, it's not worth. But this is a great way to like keep your hand full without having a hand, so they can't discard it. And even if they do discard it, you just bring it back, right? You're like, oh, I really wanted this Iago, and I could just play the Iago. Um, Magic Broom, so good against evasives. Diablo, 2/3 is bad against muses, but it's good against the rest of the deck. Same with Genie, good at killing Diablo. Quest, they don't have a lot of ways to challenge into a Genie, so they have to remove it with actions. Songs like Double Singer is not great to see, but you know, it's okay. Bell's another way to kill Diablo, another way to take out the characters that just aren't exerted. I know you can't take out the warded ones, but like if they have an Ursula or something that they've been holding back, maybe a beast that's just drawing cards every turn. If you find a way to get damage, you can move the damage onto the beast, stop their draw engine, and it's a 4/4. So it's not going to be bounced by muses. Quest for 2 is very good. There's a lot of good cards in Emerald Steel, but these just kind of highlight ways to counter their deck, not really go fast. But I think going fast in Emerald Steel is probably the best plan. Right? You want the broom, the Yensid, the everything. And then Ruby Amethyst, which is I didn't play any of it. I literally played. I never played the same matchup twice, so I got a wide spread, but I never played Ruby Amethyst. So I know this is a good matchup, but I did not play it. But I just know it's just easy. Like they don't have coil, so all those things that are like, oh, they can brawl coil, they can't. So Jafar just always goes. Iago always lives. Raja always lives. You forget the Scarab. They can't. There's like no item removal. There's literally there's 2 ways to get rid of items in Amethyst, and I don't think there's any in Ruby. So yeah, your Scarab is going to live, and no one is going to be playing the 4-drop Magicka that can bounce items. Anyway, it's bounce. You can't like. Dude, Scarab is so safe. This is why I love Spellbook in Amethyst matchups because it just lives forever. But yeah, play the Scarab whenever you want, and then that just enables you to like every turn you can pay 4 and just play Raja like every turn. Like what are they gonna do about it? They can't stop it. It's in your discard. I guess they could shuffle it in maybe if they play It Calls Me. Um, so good, so good. Oh yeah, let me mention It Calls Me real quick. I guess I didn't. It Calls Me is a very, very good meta call right now. If you're playing Amethyst at all, I highly suggest you play It Calls Me. I might even do a whole video on this. Maybe it's too late. A post or something somewhere. It Calls Me is so good right now because it allows you to shuffle up to 3 cards from your opponent's deck or from your opponent's discard back into their deck. So this works against red blue shark. You take the actions out of the discard, suddenly no more be prepared, no more how far I'll go, no more develop your brain. Whatever it is they're searching for, it's gone. So shark becomes kind of useless unless they have something in hand. You can take out items for Tamatoa. If they turn 1 bell, you can be like, oh, I'm just going to play It Calls Me and get rid of your popsicle. And suddenly Tamatoa doesn't feel so good when you aren't drawing cards. It's really good against Chernadogs because, yet again, they're trying to build up to that Chernadog, and if you can shuffle cards out of their deck, or out of their discard, then that makes it more expensive and harder for them to get the payoff. It also works with Namari, same reason, just lowers the strength. Let's say there were 7 cards in the discard. You don't really want to take 7 damage, so you shuffle 3 away. Now you're only taking 4. I don't know where this is relevant. I guess Iago lives, but no, it's a thing. You can do it. Um, it's good against every deck. Even there's a Emerald Amber, I think it's playing Lady Tremaine now, like a 1-of to return actions from the discard. You can get rid of actions. It Calls Me also allows you to shuffle in 1-drops, just really bad cards they don't want to see again. Just put it in the deck. It gives them a chance to draw a bad card that they don't want to see again. I'm missing something. Emerald Amethyst, they play Pull the Lever and Wrong Lever. If you get rid of Pull the Lever, then Wrong Lever does not put your character on the bottom of the discard and it is only a bounce. That is brutal. I've seen opponents that just like give up after that. Once they play wrong lever and they're searching for their polo lever and it's not in the discard, that's terrible. I mean, you pretty much just shut down their entire removal engine. The deck is so heavily relying on that combo, and then they just kind of get four dead cards in their deck if there's no polo lever. Anyways, let's move on from that. I love It Calls Me. Please put it in your Amethyst decks, even if it's not a 4 of. Like, I only have it as 2 of here because that's all I could fit, but just put it in your decks. So the Mulligan, which is not too hard. It again, you never want Jafar in your opening hand unless maybe it's Ruby Amethyst. It's the only time I'd expect it to pay off. But otherwise, just don't keep it. Don't keep 2 Iagos or 2 of your like big cards. It's just, I think I say that in every video. You just don't need it. You want to go fast. We want Broom, Yen Sid, Broom. Beautiful. We want triple 1-drop. Beautiful. We want Mickey, Shift Mickey. Beautiful. We don't want a bunch of uninkables and like cards that don't do anything. If you keep a Scarab in your opening hand and a Genie in a library, that's a weird hand that's not gonna do anything. If you have this and this, sure, yeah, that's fine. Maybe not the Scarab. I don't think I ever keep Scarab. You just kind of want to find it later. Maybe in Ruby Amethyst yet again, but like anything works in RA. It's just easy. It's just an easy deck. So you kind of do whatever you want. But anyways, these mulligans, very good. This is what you're looking for. I don't think I really need to show off the mulligan because it's just so easy. You just get rid of the big stuff and go fast. That's kind of the whole dream, and then hopefully you top deck what you need later. That's what I go for. But yeah, that's all I had to talk about. How to play the deck, why you play the deck. If you want more information, I think I'm going to open up a Discord just so you guys have an easy access to talk to me, ask questions, give me deck ideas, whatever you want instead of commenting on YouTube. I know it's a little annoying sometimes. It's not like a real conversation. It's all public. I'll probably have a server. I don't really know how to do that, but I'll figure it out. And yet again, I was on the Illuminateers podcast, so you guys should totally check them out. Liam is awesome, and I loved being on that. That was so fun. So hopefully you like this, and you're ready for the next big set champ win that I get, where I show off another cool deck. It might be puppies. There's a chance it's puppies. Oh, no, I'm kind of scared. I don't really have a lot of faith in puppies, but thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you want to see more. Comment what your favorite deck for set champs is right now. If you have a favorite thing, you're just like, man, this deck is so cool. Please, everyone needs to know about this. Please comment that. Even if it's my deck, and you're just like, this deck is awesome. I'd just love to hear it. I don't know. I like to talk to you guys. But I'll see you in the next one. Peace.